Welcome to the Boomers, Bucks, and Bling podcast, where we turn retirement planning into a bit of a thrill ride. I'm your host, Carl Spiteri, and each week we'll dive into everything from reverse mortgages and staying put in style to Medicare, Social Security, and home safety. But wait, there's more. We're not just going to talk all about money and business. We're going to add some sparkle, some bling, as we chat with travel pros, party planners, and a lot of different topics that's going to help you make the most of your golden years. So grab a cup of tea or whatever it is you want to drink, get comfy, and let's make retirement planning an adventure of a lifetime. Welcome to this edition of Boomers, Bucks, and Bling. Today we are happy to welcome Adele back to our podcast. Adele has been in the travel agency for 30 years. Yes, she started when she was 6. But she is just a wealth of knowledge, and we thought she had so much great things to tell us that we'd bring her back. So Adele, what do you want to talk about today? Let's think about it. How about tell us about your network? You've talked a lot about your network to me in the past. Why don't you tell us a little bit about, it's not just Adele at Legendary World, it's a whole bunch of people, right?
Yeah, thanks, Carl. Thanks for having me back. I appreciate it. So Legendary World is a boutique travel agency, and one of the benefits of working with us is we do belong to a co-op of about 200 travel agencies throughout the US. And our affiliation with Signature Travel Network allows us a number of exclusive amenities for our guests. So we touched a little bit about how being with our network gives us access to in-destination specialists all over the world, and how we can create exclusive experiences for you all through these destination specialists throughout the world. But I want to talk a little bit about what does that mean? What does that mean to me? Yeah, so you're a member of this organization. What does that mean to me?
Yeah.
Well, so Signature Travel Network, we have a signature hosted cruises. And what that means is when you book on this specific cruise or that specific cruise, we've got hundreds of them throughout the year, you get exclusive amenities that you're not going to get if you book direct or if you book with another advisor. One of those amenities could be an onboard travel agent escort. Maybe it's Adele. Maybe it's another one of my colleagues in the network, where there's going to be somebody on board to greet you, to make sure that you have all your questions answered, to make sure that if there's a timing issue with your dining or your shore excursion, or you're just not really sure maybe what's going on and you needed a little bit of extra hand holding, this onboard escort, this travel advisor escort on my behalf is going to be there in your back pocket. So those are going to be our hosted cruises.
That's nice. Yeah, that's cool. Yeah.
Yeah. In addition to that, these hosted cruises come along with a slew of added amenities. It may be a cabin upgrade on your cruise. It may be some dollars in onboard spending money. But my favorite on these hosted cruises is going to be the private car and driver. How amazing is it when the ship pulls into port and everybody's running off to fill up these vans or buses, right? And you've got somebody standing there with a sign, Mr. Spiteri, and you come on and you get in their town car, or you get in their your little van, and it's just you and your party, and they're doing a private excursion for you, a private day. And so many of our—
That is nice. Yeah.
And we offer that at no cost to you. That's our gift to you. And that's because of the buying power with our network.
Wow. Yeah, that's a reason to use you just that, you know?
Yeah, it's pretty nice. So our car and driver program is available on many sailings, many voyages with our hosted. And even if we don't have the car and driver or the hosted travel advisor on board, then we do have on almost every sailing some sort of added amenity for you, whether it's going to be, again, some onboard spending money. Sometimes we get a free hotel night. Right? Nobody wants to fly in or arrive on the day that their tour starts. There's crazy airline catastrophes that can happen,
Yeah,
and
exactly.
weather and computer issues. So there are certain situations where we can offer you a free hotel night. We'll pick up that hotel night before your cruise. We'll pick up that hotel night before your tour starts. That's something because of our buying power and the leverage that we have with our agency and within the network. And we love to do it, right? You're going to buy that hotel night anyways. So, hey, let us pick that up for you.
That's great. So you do a lot of cruises.
We do a lot of
Do you
cruises.
arrange tours? Do you arrange tours and stuff like that, or?
We do.
'Cause,
So
yeah, you pull into a city you don't know, and sometimes it's nice just to have somebody show you around a little bit, at least for the first day or two or something, right?
yeah. So the excursions on the cruise, yes. If you don't want to do again, get on the bus with all of the passengers that are coming off. If you wanted to do a private that we're not offering a complimentary, then yes, we can help arrange private excursions and private touring. But I also want to jump a little bit away from the cruises. Let's talk a little bit about our tour programs and our hotel programs. So somebody comes to me and they say, "Hey, Adele, we want to do 3 cities in Japan. How can you help put us together? We're not really interested in going with anybody else. We don't want to be with, 20 people or 30 people on the bus. We really just want to do it on our own." So this
That
is
would be me, by the way. That would be me. Yes.
Yeah, perfect. So yes, a little bit about our hotel program. In addition to our in-destination specialists, we have contracts with the best hotels all around the world. And these hotels are going to give us more exclusive amenities. Those are going to be breakfast every day. Maybe it's a dining credit. Maybe it's a free upgrade, early check-in, late checkout, free Wi-Fi. So we've got these pre-negotiated contracts with these hotels to give our clients the best amenities. And when a Legendary World client shows up to check in at the front desk, they know right away, "Oh, you're with Legendary World, a signature agency. Wonderful." And they're going to give that client the best service, the best rooms, and the best amenities that they have.
Wow. All right. So it's traveling with style.
It is
I guess.
traveling. It is traveling in style. It is. And the other thing is working with some of our preferred tour operators. So I talked a little bit about Tauk Vacations, Tauk Tours on our last trip. They're very, very firm company that does guided vacations throughout the world and small ship cruises. We work with some of the top companies like Brendan Vacations. And if sky's the limit, let's go with TCS World Travel, where you get on an A380 that's configured all in first class, only 52 first class seats, and you travel by private jet all around the world, or maybe just for 3 weeks. Who knows? So we really can run the gamut from, traveling with a group. I prefer the small groups, 20, 25. So we can do small group, we can do private where it's just you and your family, you and your traveling companions, or we can do these amazing, incredible private jet vacations.
That's me. I didn't know half the stuff existed. This is very informative. So I mean, I don't even know what to ask here because this is such a surprise. Tell us more. Give us another idea.
So this is great. What you're saying is, boy, I never knew that existed. And that is
Never.
exactly why you work with a professional travel advisor. We touched on it on our last episode about how when you're hiring me, the first thing I'm going to do is sit down and have a conversation with you, whether it's over phone, whether it's on a Zoom call, or if it's convenient and you're up in my neck of the woods, hey, let's go grab a cup of coffee or an afternoon glass of wine and talk about what you're expecting out of your vacation. But my job, and with my experience in the industry, is to make sure that I'm coming up with answers to questions that you never knew you had. Somebody will come to me and say, "Oh, I want to do Rome in July." And first question I'm going to ask is, "That's awesome. Rome is incredible. Why July? Why Rome and why July?" Let's dive down to, is this really the best for you? "Oh, well, I went on social media and 15 people in this Facebook group told me that Rome in July is the best place." Yeah, but they're not you. That's maybe not the best vacation for you. So where my value comes in as a travel advisor is really sitting down and consulting with my clients to make sure that what they envision as a perfect vacation comes true. And I'll tell you, Carl, oftentimes they'll come to me and say Rome in July, and at the end of the day, we end up in, in Venice in September instead, or we end up in Africa because of what's going on. And that's the part I love about my job is really sitting down and making sure that when we walk away from that conversation, the clients know, oh my gosh, this was amazing. Adele knows what she's going to do for me. And this vacation is going to be out of this world.
Okay. So let's talk about cost for a minute. Because
Yeah.
it sounds like you're just saving me money.
It depends. So, so yeah, no, cost is a big thing. Nobody wants to overpay. Look, I'm the first one that
Right.
will say I go to Costco to buy my paper towels, right? And my laundry soap and my bottled water. Yes, I shop at Costco. But when it comes to important things like hiring a mortgage lender, like hiring an attorney, like hiring a financial advisor, or like hiring a travel advisor, I'm really going to spend the money that it takes to make sure that I get a good experience. Now, look, I
Mm-hmm.
don't want to make it sound like, I'm going to charge you $10,000 for my services to help you book something. Our pricing is about what two people would pay for a nice dinner out. So I have clients that say, "Oh my gosh, that's all I owe you." You're cheap. You're worth so much more. But typically,
Mm-hmm.
you can hire me for a couple of $100, usually around $250 for my consultative services to sit down and not only do the pre-trip planning portion, do all of the reservation services. I can provide support during travel. And then when you get home, every once in a while, something just doesn't go as planned, or you need help filing a travel insurance claim, or you didn't even know that travel insurance was an option, or somebody told you, don't buy travel insurance. It's not worth it. It's a scam, right? So my
Mm, yeah.
experience and my conversation with you is really going to make sure that you're in that right direction. And we're very reasonable with our professional fees. So yeah, from there, as far as pricing, it really depends on what you're looking to spend on your vacation.
Mm-hmm.
7 days,
Sure.
$500 a day, $1,000 a day. It really is going to run the gamut.
$5,000 a day. I'm sure you can accommodate it all,
5,000.
right?
We can do it all. We can do it all. Yes.
Well, I'll tell you, went out for a very, very mediocre dinner about 2 weeks ago and spent more than that $250. Um, and just by talking to you, you've given me more than $250 worth of value just in our brief conversation. So it's pretty amazing how inexpensive a consultation with you would be. Yeah.
Yeah, thank you. It needs to be, again, we're dating, right? In the beginning, if I don't know you and you
Mm-hmm.
don't know me, we're getting to know each other. There has to be some trust built. You have to understand and trust that I'm going to do the best for you. And I have to trust that you're going to tell me what you really want. So this is not about making money. This is making sure that my time is covered, that my services are covered, and that at the end of the day, that my clients have this incredible vacation experience, that they come back to me. And of course, referrals are golden, right? That they refer their friends and
Yeah,
family to me as
exactly.
well.
And I'm sure if something hit the fan and you're in Africa, you're in Rome, you're in wherever, there is a person to contact that might not have a 3.5 hour hold at one of the airline 800 numbers.
Yeah, I hate to talk about what happened in the earlier part of this decade, but when you had a problem and your cruise was not operating because of the pandemic, the hold times with Costco Travel were over 7 hours. 7 hours on hold to get through to Costco Travel. And we were picking up the phone. We're a boutique travel agency. We are real
Yeah, yeah,
advisors. We are real people. We are a group of about 10 very experienced advisors, and our whole goal is to make sure that our clients are fully satisfied throughout any situation.
yeah. That's really to me that's worth a couple dollars no matter what I'm doing. I don't know. I feel like the older you get, the less you just want to deal with all just the stuff that goes on in a lot of life, and if I go on vacation and kind of have it be worry free, that's a plus. That's a
Yeah.
big plus.
Yep. I'm the same
Wow.
way. There's certain things that I'm a DIY person for, and there's other things that I know what I'm good at. And what I'm not proficient at, I'm going to hire somebody to do for me. That way I can go back to doing the things that I'm good at and the things I enjoy doing.
Mm-hmm. So what's the best sun vacation you've ever had?
The best fun vacation I've ever had.
Sun, S-U-N.
Sun vacation. Well, we live in Southern California and we get sun, how
Hard
many
to beat, right? It's hard to beat.
It's hard to beat. It's hard to beat. So I'd have to say when I was on a cruise called Sea Dream Yacht Club, only 50 cabins, 100 guests maximum, and just island hopping through the Caribbean and pulling up into these little ports where you jump off the Zodiac that takes
Oh,
you
it
to the
sounds
beach.
wonderful.
And they've got caviar on a surfboard or on a wakeboard, and you're in your waist in the ocean sipping champagne and caviar. They do that in the Caribbean. They do that in Tahiti. There's just incredible. I'm a Pisces, so I'm a water girl. So anywhere I can be near or in the water is going to be my best sun vacation.
Okay, best city vacation.
Best city vacation. I loved Prague. Surprisingly, I didn't have high expectations, but Prague has got everything. It's got old world charm. It's got incredible food and nightlife. The history alone and learning about the culture is just amazing. So I'd have to say Prague would be my first, and Rome. My heart belongs to Rome. The architecture, the people, the winding cobblestone streets, the mom and pop gelato shop where you just have to stop and you know it's going to be amazing every time. But honestly, Carl, I have to tell you, my favorite place is one that I haven't been yet. It's where I haven't been. There's so many places that I have been, but there's so many that I haven't, and I'm super excited to experience as many of those as I can while I still can, while I still am mobile
Mm-hmm.
and have the availability to do that.
I'm gonna give you one more, then I'm gonna leave you alone. The best local city, best not local, but U.S. based capital or wherever. What's your favorite city?
Um, Boy, that is a tough one because again, we live in San Diego, America's finest city, right? I'd have to say that I do love New York City. I'm not a big city girl, but for 4 or 5 days, I like the hustle bustle. I like the shows. I like the dining experiences. I was in New York in September and we ate in Little Italy. We went down to Chinatown and had dim sum. We walked everywhere. We took the subway and I felt very safe. I was with a couple of girlfriends and I didn't feel unsafe at all. So yeah, I like it. I like New York. It's a nice getaway for those if we can't be in America's finest city of San Diego, California.
Okay. Why don't you tell our audience how to get a hold of you? Because you have, I'm going to book something with you here probably the next month, but
Nice.
yeah, just tell us how to get a hold of you so we know.
Yep. So best way to reach out to me is 760-410-7447, or you can email me at Adele, Adele, at legendaryworld.com.
So you know what I liked about that is you didn't lead off with go to my website, or you didn't lead off with here's my QR code. You actually gave your phone number, which means I can get a hold of you because you're not giving out a phone number if you're not answering it, right?
This is a personal business. This is not a transactional business. Look, if you want to book an airline ticket to go see your Aunt Edna in Kansas City, go to southwest.com, go to Google Flights. That's not what I do.
Exactly.
I curate custom and exceptional experiences for your vacation. And yeah, pick up the phone, give me a call. I'm here all the time.
Well, thank you so much for being with us once again. I'm sure we're going to be bugging you from time to time, but I can't thank you enough. And I hope our audience got a lot out of this, and have a great day.
Thanks, Carl. See you later.